Alright. Now, despite the fact that I put this game into like the copyright free mode, like streamer mode said it stops replacing or it stops doing copyrighted music, it does still copyright claim me every single time I upload the VODs. I don't really know why it does that. Alright, yeah, I guess we could... Shit. Wait, hold on. How do I do this? Sorry, I should have set this up earlier, but I forgot about it until just now, and then I was like, wait a minute, we totally do that. Where is the... Come on, there we go, extensions. Let's go Elysium. Um... Hmm. Why can't I see the code? Huh. Okay, maybe we just can't do that then. We're just gonna uninstall it then, fine, whatever. That's annoying. I wanted to have it because I thought it would be fun to have maybe, but I guess either I have to do it off stream or it just isn't gonna let me see the actual secret code, so I can't do the Twitch token. Whatever. Oh yeah, I should probably turn that back on, huh? Alright, there we go. Sorry about that, that was a bit of a dumb delay. I should have made a plan for that earlier. Anyways, let's get into it. Alright, yeah, we weren't really...
Rise and shine, comrade. It's time to get to work.
What's going on?
Despite all the thinking,
Hi Noodle, kith kith to you.
0.0001%
Appreciate the lyric.
of communism.
Oh my god, we're starting with communism building.
It's too great a task to undertake alone. You're going to have to get organized.
Have you seen my shit recently? I've really gotten it together.
It's good that
Yeah, we
your
met the Sunday
personal
friend.
business is in order, but we're talking about political matters of world historical import here. You must seek out your revolutionary brothers and sisters. Find out how much communism they've built. Then, together, maybe you'll be able to build as much as 0.0002% of communism.
See, this is why I like how this game handles it, because, like,
Easy.
I get the game is
Decades of
taking shots at
persecution
communism
by
too, but it's doing it in a way that leftists
driven the remaining
tend to, and
communists
it's so
of
funny to me.
Monterey's underground.
It's not just like, oh, scary Marx. It's like, wow, you're so good at building communism. What are you gonna do next? A little revolution? You're gonna do a little revolution?
They live underground. These communists aren't men. They're mole people.
But I'm part of the coalition authorities. Have I been persecuting communists this whole time?
Possibly. If you have been, it's only because you're a double agent acting in furtherance of your long-term objectives.
Sorry, my eyes itchy. Hell yeah, we were a communist double agent the whole time.
Do you really think you're the kind of person an underground communist cell would entrust with a mission that requires such discretion?
Maybe.
Regardless, what's past is past. You need to look forward to the work of building communism for all.
Will they help me fire up Mazov's socialist sausage grinder?
Just between us, you may want to lay off this grind up the bourgeoisie stuff. It's a bit off-putting, even to fellow communists.
Okay. Suddenly we're all not eat the rich, I see. How am I supposed to find this they're hiding?
Nose guide you, detective.
You must mean my nose, as in my huge and highly functioning brain.
No, we meant your nose, as in that swollen muck detector in the center of your face. It just happens to be perfectly calibrated for sensing communists.
Oh my
You
God.
really have no idea what they're talking about. There's no linkage between ideology and olfaction.
What does communism smell like?
Failure.
People, what does failure smell like?
It's a smell you know all too well. Simultaneously repulsive and yet darkly appealing. Musty with a sharp tang, but also a remnant of lost sweetness. Like a rotting mango that's been swaddled in a coat from your grandfather's attic. What you're smelling is your own body odor, of course. Nothing a shower and change of clothes couldn't fix. People sometimes complain there are no real communists left in Martinaise. But you can smell their presence. They're out there, waiting for you to join them. Incidentally, during the waning days of the anti-centennial revolution, a number of Revacholian communards constructed elaborate hideouts in abandoned root cellars, hollowed out tree trunks, and even residential sewage tanks. This latter phenomenon gave rise to the early anti-communist slogan, "The future's bright when you flush out the white."
Okay, I'm ready. Let's get organized.
First, you'll have to locate
Okay,
again.
fine.
No, it won't. Judging from the bust of Krasmazov and other revolutionary paraphernalia you discovered, it seems that the
Okay.
Here we go.
Let's move on with it. We've listened to enough rhetoric. Rhetoric has really been getting some fucking... Rhetoric's not even a very high skill for me. Should probably be higher, to be honest. We have enough levels. We could probably afford to give it one. Which one of my thoughts is giving me negative rhetoric? Oh, Suicide of Krasmazov. Yeah, the bust in there with the Krasmazov statue that we were like, hey, doesn't that look like me? And, and our dear friend Kim was like, no, it isn't. It doesn't look like you. You're not Krasmazov. Can you fuck off? What happens if we fully upgrade this? Does that do anything for us? Every time we pop up, they hoping that you fall. Can't build communism alone. Wait, what are our stats actually on that? What's our, We have been a communist cop 30 times. We still have yet to choose a fascist option, even by accident, which is kind of, I feel like, a little bit impressive. I feel like almost all of these I've picked at least one by accident, but somehow that one I haven't. Also, at some point I probably do need to, like... Wait, let's see what this...
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap,
hand-eye
and next to it,
coordination.
a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
We're literally one experience point away from getting another level up. Let's just see. Let's see if we can shave our face and look a little bit less like a disaster. Don't die.
Like an artist with a
Oh,
brush
perfect.
or a master swordsman, you use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line. The sharp blade chafes
I don't
against
know if
your
that makes him look better.
reducing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender. They
Feel
feel
clean
so
shaven.
smooth, surprisingly so.
Was
The
shaving the
water
right call?
reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face, despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair. and
Honestly, with a little bit of
persistent
skincare and like a couple nights of
sweat,
good sleep,
little
he'd look
younger,
better.
maybe.
Yeah, the expression
You
isn't helping.
almost look like the beardless nature of you.
Wait, that means, can we look in the mirror and get a different
No
expression?
mirror hangs on the wall. You see your reflection in it. The expression
Can we stop it?
fixed to you still not happening. It won't.
Fine. Guess we won't do that. I wonder, also, we're gonna put on like actual clothes now. Bird's Nest Roy. Yeah, we're gonna put on actual clothes. I can help fix it, but yeah. Ah, I see. Gotcha. Let's put on some clothes that might actually be a little bit more useful for him in his current endeavors. I'm sure that'll be useful at some point, because that gives us drama and electrochemistry. Thank God you can't really see people's reactions when they see you strolling around in this incredibly insensitive headpiece. Yeah, okay. Let's... The fallen pants were working out pretty okay for us before. Plus one composure. Why do these shoes give us more empathy? Oh yeah, we have the Mesk Bangers. We have a bunch of stuff from him, don't we? Oh, wait. Oh, it's a hat. Oh, sorry, it goes over here. I thought that was the hat one. Okay. Scented Scarf gives us 1 shivers and -2 physical instrument, which I don't think is really worth that, to be honest. I wish these were sorted. Is there not a way for me... Oh. A way for me to sort them? It's 2 encyclopedia, -1 perception. Hmm. Oh, I guess we can choose from 2. Well, that removes an empathy, doesn't it? Yeah, let's just balance it out with this. Honestly, bit of a look. I'm not saying that he's going to win the runway challenge, or he's not going to win the design challenge on this one, but you could argue he shouldn't be in the bottom 2. He shouldn't necessarily be lip syncing for his life over this one. Maybe, but yes, we do need the gloves. There we go. Again, horrendous. But compared to the alternatives that we have given him in the past. Let's also just save before I forget to. Now that we've got all that stuff done. Yeah, we've shaved for the first time. And we didn't even cut our throat. Aren't we impressive? Good morning, Kim.
Yes.
Hold still a second.
The lieutenant's posture, he smells strange. You're not getting any strong ideological whiffs from the lieutenant.
Do you need something that...
We're good.
Alright then.
A moment passes.
I shaved.
I don't know what to say. Perhaps...
He thinks I'm hot. You can, I know. Stunning, right?
I'm really not sure about this turn of events. I may have preferred the mutton chops. They sort of seem to cover up the...
Yeah, damn it.
Oh, Jesus.
It means damn it.
Kim!
Either way, good on you.
Okay, fine. Fuck you. You should leave. You can go away now. I don't need you on my side anymore if that's how you're gonna be. Jesus. Who needs friends with enemies, or who needs enemies with friends like that? I dressed up in clothes that look like something a human being might wear out in public. Okay, are we not allowed to, like, go over here? I guess not. Okay, we'll go around. Wait, also, is that there? Okay, awesome. I was pretty sure I was. Also, let's... let's actually look at our quests a little bit. Okay, so... yeah, well, I've been looking up... for whatever reason, Disco Elysium seems to have, like, a really shitty wiki. Like, it really doesn't have very much information compared to a lot of other games I've played, where, like, you look it up and you're like, hey, how do I do this? And the wiki will be like, here's the quests you have to do, here's this, here's that. Disco Elysium is like, yeah, there's a thought you can have. Have fun finding it, asshole. I was like, sick, I guess. Maybe it's just for that specific thought, because it doesn't matter that much, maybe, to people? I don't know. Anyways, let's... oh. What are you guys doing here?
That's one brutal motor carriage.
Jesus. So that's what he's got written on the back there.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
Not at its people, man.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality.
Who are
I
you?
can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
Says the one with that written on
Which
his
is not
jacket.
to say that the skulls are bitches and on the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
Okay then, let's indulge in some intellectual exchange. These young men seem eager to share their beliefs.
Who are
You
they?
don't know?
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
Of course
The
I do.
Skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertne.
Besmetine, or the Besmeti, the Immortals, are West River Sholian crime syndicates.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger.
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom light's a wretched aggressive.
Anything about the murder that took place here?
Yeah, sure.
Also, he was hanged. He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah,
These punks don't know.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything?
Oh no, they found my weakness. Thinking.
This sounds like epistemology, a field so occupied by thought that it begins to question thought itself.
I know you don't know shit.
Exactly.
What if it's art? Or just a mere specter?
Be the case. Yes, a brilliant work of
No
art.
reply. The blonde rebel scratches his chin, deliberately not focusing his gaze on anything. He looks very uncomfortable.
Do you know, or do you guys know Cindy the Skull?
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
For all their nihilistic posturing, these young men are not lacking in youthful idealism. Odd, there isn't a hint of hate in them. It's like they're piss and fuck the world out of some kind of moral obligation. The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
I see you kids are into erotic dance music.
Oh man, yeah. We're not fucking kids, man.
Be
Don't
wary
fuck kids.
of the abyss.
Probably because of how
You're easily
non-verbal
impressed.
their mode of operation is going to be.
Hey, thank you for the follow.
It's a
What is that? Penal layoff. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good day or a good evening or whatever your time zone is. We just started up with some more Disco Elysium. A threat? Good, I like those.
But I don't. In fact, I dislike them so much I'm willing to drag you boys back to the station just to calm myself down.
Hey, there's no need for that. We're just talking here. Joking too. Stay light, man.
Yeah. Didn't you cops, like, have some questions about skulls or some shit?
Aren't there more
The
skulls than
Union does their
Martinez?
share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That
Apart from the unions themselves, of course.
Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, we are.
God damn it. Your rhetoric is confusing. Are you part of the skulls or not?
We're not franchise skulls. Well,
Franchise.
not yet. What? Because we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see.
But in a non-threatening and definitely legal way.
Right on, fuck. So what's happening now?
Alright, enough of that. What's with the
What
jackets?
about them?
Why does your jacket have that written on it?
Well,
sure I can't see it
first
either.
off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss. The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
Makes sense.
What I mean by this is, we are all piss and that the world is inherently meaningless.
What a resounding unifying message. I'd vote for
It
him.
seems that the young man has a certain expertise in at least one field, even if it's rather narrow.
Alright. Why do you have "fuck the world" written on your
Like I
jacket?
said before, many men keep searching for the one. For
Did you
so-called
say that
true
before?
love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase. The hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it.
I'm wondering if the poetics come with the jacket, or are they derived from
Drugs.
something else entirely?
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, And even then, it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though,
Blow it up.
you get more fish in a shorter time.
Yeah, if you chuck a car battery into
And
the lake, you might
the
catch more
time
fish
is
in
of
the
the
long run.
essence and fleeting ever so quickly. One must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
Hate to admit it, but in a weird way.
Why is Rhetoric...
he's got
God,
a
Rhetoric
point.
is such a simp for this kind of
Is it
bullshit.
a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass cops?
Is he about to... Are we about to try and take the jackets? Hey, Kim.
Yes?
What do you think about the
Are
jackets?
the jackets adorned with immature writing? The ideology they convey helps the boys justify poor choices in life and fashion.
Why are you always so patronizing when cool possibilities cross our
What
path?
are you implying?
We should get these
For
jackets.
what?
What do people do with jackets? They wear
The
them.
concept of getting dressed is familiar to me, but wearing jackets like these isn't appropriate for an RCM officer.
In theory,
This
Kim,
is
if we were to confiscate these jackets, which one would you wear?
Neither.
Come on, it's just a mental
Fine.
exercise.
If only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the two statements.
Like more of a fuck the world kind of
Seems
guy.
about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempts.
That's an origin story.
So are we done here? Or you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
No, no, no. Don't ask anything. Be subtle and scary. The boys dream about being skulls. Use that.
Boys, with those jackets, you're gonna be the Skull Kings in no time.
What? No! Skulls don't have kings.
Yeah, man, keep your voice down. Skulls don't take it lightly when folks pretend to be them. We're not even prospects yet.
Prospect must be a hierarchical term. Probably in the lower end.
Not even prospects and already aspiring to be kings?
Whoa, you boys are ambitious. Only prospects and already planning a coup in the skulls. You're destined to go far.
Hell yeah, Kim.
He gets it. Passive-aggressive flattery.
I knew I could count on you to get it.
Fuck up. Are you trying to get us killed?
Now bring it to the jackets and, yes, start shouting.
Yes, we want to be a cool killer skulls too, like you guys, but we don't have skull jackets.
Please be quiet. What? What do you want? The jackets?
You got it. No need for cruelty.
Yes, the jackets.
Man. Okay. I get it. Skulls don't really wear slogans anyway. This was stupid.
Fuck.
Oh, you made them kind of sad.
The lieutenant watches the boys take their jackets off with mild amusement.
I really want this one. I think I should have it for
I'm
myself.
absolutely okay with not having either one, thank you.
Why not? They're a pair. We could really raise hell. Go undercover hard.
This case doesn't require us to go undercover or
Cold-hearted cop.
Well, whatever. I'll take them both then.
do. I'm fine with that.
The jackets are meant to complete each other. If a man was standing alone on a street corner with his written on his back, it'd just be an individual that has taken a liking to urine. And fuck the world all on its own is, frankly, generic.
Do you think if I wear the slur,
I don't
that'll
know.
affect my odds of the homosexual
Cold out.
underground?
Yeah, let's get out of here. The cops fucked us.
Hell yeah. Look, I'm doing police work. Aren't you proud of me, Kim? What effects do those have? Half-light. +1 drama, -1 authority. This is nom de guerre written on the back. It's quite a statement. Darkening world and elegant statement. No fucks given. Wait, I'm a detective? Let me wear this around more. I want to, but you know what? We'll stick with this for now. I'm sure there'll come a time when that ends up being useful. Yeah, more clothes. Can never go wrong with an expanded wardrobe. I bet Kuno would have something to say about it, but he has something to say about everything, so I don't really care that much. Kuno is still here, fine. Alright, what are we doing today? We need to send the body. Oh, right. I guess at this point I'm probably gonna have to tell... Wait, can I just tell Kim to send the body? Because I bet I have to go and look at it. Okay, fine. I bet we have to go look at the body and then be like, yep, that body is sure gonna... It's sure missing its boots.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside it.
If you think so, I need a little help for carrying him to the holding pen of my kinema. Continue working here. The locals, the case, or attend to your own business. I will meet you downstairs in the Whirling in Rags tomorrow morning, 7:30 sharp.
This means Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the... If you have nothing to do, read books or sit on the bench on the plaza.
Oh shit. Should have just sent him to do that yesterday or something. I didn't really realize that meant that I'd just be wandering around alone for a little bit. Oh, I miss having Kim on my side. Yeah, poor Harry all by himself. Now he can't have a pair. Okay, I sent the body there. In a kitchen somewhere. I think there's one of those over here. Because I don't think we want to wash them in that other kitchen, because I think that would go poorly for us. There might be a kitchen in this house. If not... Oh, yeah, there's one. I mean, there's clearly a sink here. Let me use it.
These boots, hopefully, you will know who they belonged to very soon. The size seems about... You've seen too much to be that.
Okay, so I'm guessing we have to find like a specific... Probably at the Whirling in Rags, and he's probably not going to like me washing out the rotted corpse shoes in his house. Or in his kitchen. Unless there's somewhere else to do it, I guess. But yeah, I'm betting there's not really. Alright, let's head back to Martinez.
There. Do you smell that? Can you not detect that inimitable whiff of undoubtedly? Yes.
It's Mañana.
But
Mañana the commie. I mean, obviously.
Is this about the...
Oh, yeah, okay, so let's spend today doing some of the crime stuff that Kim would probably be unhappy about us doing as a cop. Wait, I don't think I can... Oh shit, I needed to be able to call them today though. Fuck. Okay, I guess I can't do that today either then. That's unfortunate. So I was gonna need to call to get more details about something, and I can't remember what it was anymore. We need to figure out who has our gun. I want my gun. I want a gun. As long as it shoots bullets, honestly, I'm not that picky. Have we upgraded the things that would be relevant to this yet?
just an ordinary worn.
No.
Nothing to see.
Alright. I don't think we can go into his place right now. I'm assuming that he'll be there. He'll be out there after 9 o'clock probably, but...
This door is made. No one answers. No one answers. No one answers.
Fine. Guess we can't go see him yet. The smoker on the balcony. Alright, let's...
This must be it. The basement door is where the leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You tried to be as silent as you... Finally. Well, buddy, you opened it. Only curiosity. There might be...
Maybe a little bit of saves coming to see what's happening here. Wait, what did I just see? I saw something down here. No, whatever.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a little ring. The images betray a lack of interest in human beings. The owner of these mugs doesn't like people of other ethnicities very much. This person is unhappy. Yes, your broken mug. The owner of this collection could be dumping his trash in
the crypto-fascist.
An interesting little clue. Perhaps you should break into apartments more. Who knows? You could ask.
Okay, so it's the crypto-fascist. Admires fair-haired fantasy heroes and big muscles. Yeah, like coffee mugs. But we know who owned that mug because we talked to Gary. Yeah. Hidden world of walking sticks. You almost feel the warmth of the red flag on that sun.
This is the flag of Revachol. This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. It's an optical atom. It is but one of the many strange optic atmospheric phenomenon of this wondrous... The flag doesn't seem to mind.
I'm sorry, I'm not interested in pursuing that particular thought. Small suitcase of clothes. Guests are staying over? Okay, not much else in here, I guess. Maybe he's gonna watch him pop out the door. Okay, now we've done that. Horrific necktie is getting ready for the end game. For God, do not remove it till the magic happens. What the fuck is happening to the horrific necktie? We don't actually have that many quests to do right now, I don't think. In terms of ones that we can actually, like, achieve things in. We can go tell Everett. Might as well. Actually, I wonder if he has anything good to buy, because now we've got a little bit of cash. We probably could afford something a little bit better, like maybe a better pry bar, perhaps?
Top of the morning to you. How may I be of service?
Let's check that.
Nope.
Nope.
Still no clue. You obviously haven't been doing enough drugs lately.
Someone...
What? This is a pawn shop.
God damn it.
And it did
People from Everett Clare's Union come here to track that gun.
Maybe. Shady-looking guys came in here yesterday. Looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They went their way. It was a trip. But you know, all sorts of people come here. Ask
people as oleaginous as Everett seem like they're lying, even when they're really being truthful.
Sure, man.
I mean, I guess if there's anything else to buy in here, it'd just be one of these things, right?
All the old... A typical Martinez street light.
700 rand.
A bargain? No, it's not. He's trying to sweet-talk you into buying trash.
The light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation, large or small, has a price tag.
The light has been removed.
The most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field.
Okay, that checks out.
That's too close to morphogenetic fields. I refuse to participate in this tomfoolery.
You see rows of toy soldiers, big men on big hooks.
A classic set.
They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats.
Looks like
caps.
Renee.
That they do.
Which ones? Ah, those.
This set of soldiers.
You're probably talking about... I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
I love how funny. It's meant to give people hope even we can do it. The contrast is meant to be disheartening, as it ought to be. It is impossible to win against the cohorts of capital. Ask my friend Gart, whose bitch it made me. I wish it was more nuanced. As it stands, I cannot comment. God, the central stones are so funny. There it is. Let's give people hope. We can do it.
He seems to have his own take on the conflict played out in perpetuity.
Oh, maybe he does have something to say about that.
Top of the morning to you. How may I be of service?
Or maybe he doesn't. Alright, we'll leave him alone for that now. I don't know. I guess he doesn't have a better pry bar, so we'd have to find somewhere else to do it. Or another pry bar that we could use, because our one is not good enough to open up that thing. I'm trying to think about where else there might be someone who would sell that. Because Frit doesn't have them. Let's go talk to the Union. I get so worried about making bad decisions in games that sometimes I feel like I don't end up making any decision. But that's moralist stuff.
How can I help you?
Weasley visited. Turns out he has one hell of a colonial mug collection.
The janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole.
God. Mug collection certainly represented antiquated social values. See how we're all busy concentrating on the racist mugs? That's what the ruling class wants. Man with a funny mug collection can't be that bad. All I'm saying is he had a lot of mugs. I feel like this one is the communist option for this one, right? So I guess this is the neoliberal or the ultra-liberal one?
Yeah, it would be really bad if we got into an argument about it. Waste of a good noon. What's that, boy? Yeah?
Now's your... Hold on. This isn't a man who goes in for subterfuge. He prefers someone who'll look him in the eye and say exactly what's on his mind.
Involved our mutual friend Cross.
Don't think I've ever met a Kras personally. Then again, I've never been to Krat.
So radical communist operating Martinez, you know how we
Now
find
that is an important subject, but also a sensitive one. So you've given up copying and now you're hunting comunistas. Care to say why?
I'm not hunting them, I'm trying to get organized by them.
Oh, I see. I wish I could help. Unfortunately, I don't know many comunistas.
I know you said you're not really a communist, but aren't you actually a communist?
Maybe not. Either way, I'm not institutional.
Yeah, we need
Blazing his own trail. Okay, so maybe.
But you know, I did meet a genuine ideologo a few months ago.
What's
You know, a guy with a
ideologo?
theory. Someone who likes to pit his theory against other theories in deadly theory combat.
How'd you meet him?
It was late one night as I was leaving the arbor. He was waiting on the corner in a bright white jacket. Classic Saramirizian style. He asked me for a light. We shared cigarettes. Then he asked me if I ever thought about getting into some of the extra physical branches of communism.
What does that mean, the extra physical branches?
No idea. A very old school organizing technique. The sort of thing comunistas used to do before the revolution.
Extremely cool way to establish contact. I wish I had thought of that.
It was alright. A little like something out of a Vespertine spy novel.
Alright, how'd I meet him?
Once I declined his offer, we finished our cigarettes and he disappeared back into the night. Just before he melted into the shadows, he turned to me and said, "Remember Dobrava and Abadanais." And then he was gone.
Who are they?
I don't know. Guess not everyone remembers. Been
Okay.
wondering about that myself. Some comunista inside talk with me.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's like a...
They love that kind of thing. I have to say though, sounds like you found yourself a proper hunt.
The man whispers a jaunt.
Good talking to you. Gotta run. Alright, so that's at least something. Oh, wait, I bet we can phone,
The already familiar the machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move. Your fingers run over the dial pad.
I was hoping that I'd be able to
005.
call into
That's
the
the dialing code for
person to ask for the information about the one other thing.
4952, and I'm calling, still calling. Then
Video Revachol, 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lummy. How may I help you?
What is this place?
Video Revachol is a 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lummy.
Do you know me?
No.
Why did I call
Maybe
you?
you called to extend your rental period? Do you need to extend your rental period?
My name is Harry Dubois. Do you have anything on my name?
Let me fire up the machine. Dubois. Dubois. Here we are. You haven't rented anything in 5 years, but you still have a copy of Blue Ocean Hell from November '46. Whoa, not a fun film, that one.
What kind of film is that?
It's not an easy watch. After the death of his daughter and subsequent divorce, Ziemsk immigrant Egidius Wojcik tries to come to terms with the onset of dementia. No wonder no one's been missing it. Still, it would be great if you could return it to us. We're on the corner of Voyager and Maine.
The call is terminated.
Alright, let's see. Where are we off to? There's nothing else we can reach up here. So yeah, we're going to go talk to... For the 8 millionth time, we're going to run all the way around through here to go talk to Everard. Yeah, I'm surprised that worked. It didn't really give us much, but I guess it's something. The temptation to press that button is never ending, but I feel like the whole point of that one is that, like, you're trying to resist the impulse to push the button. So I feel like save scumming on that wouldn't feel right. I kind of want that, when I decide to press it, I want it to be the final choice, unless it, like, does something tremendously bad.
Of course, it smells an office. Something official. Meanwhile.
Yeah, and is Everard a commie? Is that what we're about to learn here? Also, we're staying standing. So.
Mr. Dubois, every worker...
A member of the board?
That's right, Mr. Dubois. I see the socialist democratic fervor now burns in your heart, too. How can I help you today?
I'm looking for a cell of underground commies. Can you help me?
Mr. Dubois, really? Do I look like a
That's a non sequitur, if you've ever heard one.
Let's drop the funny stuff. I'm trying to make contact with my revolutionary brethren.
Sure thing, Harry. We're all business now. The answer is still no. I'm a busy man, as you can see. I don't block off time on my schedule for underground types.
That note of contempt in his voice is sincere, sire.
You've already spoken with Manana, as I understand. I'm afraid I don't have anything else for you on this subject.
That's all you're going to get out of him, it appears.
Now, was there anything else?
Open the
I'm
door.
very glad to hear that, Harry.
So much experience.
One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
He's trying to figure out if there is no way to sway this man in any direction. He is unsuggestible and unswayable. Just tell the truth.
I did go inside. Weasel had the flag of the old Revachol on his wall.
Exactly the kind of fascist memorabilia I was expecting. Weasel probably prays to it every night for the downfall of the Union.
He was testing you, and you succeeded.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
I've heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines, sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps. Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
Our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company.
Oh, you wonder what that's a dig at.
Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, The only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
You have a village elephant?
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical.
Okay, go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there.
Dole, I think, is the one we're looking at there. The Dole Fruit Company.
If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
Yeah. For the unfamiliar who might be watching, Dole, originally the Dole Food Company and Standard Fruit Company, an old fruit company. James Dole moved to Hawaii in 1899. Was the cousin of one of the people who helped overthrow the Kingdom of Hawaii. And then ever since then, they were involved in Hawaii. They were also involved in Philippines and Thailand, but they got involved more so in Central America, didn't they? I thought they did. It's probably Dole, but also, yeah, the banana company, for sure. Anyways, wait, they moved a container?
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try
that's
it.
what the crane does.
But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even
I don't think Dole was responsible. I mean, Banana Republic was specifically connected. What is that company?
The one who likes hanging out and trees.
Banana Company. Chiquita Banana. That's it. United Fruit Company. Yeah, the Banana Massacre is part of their Wikipedia page. A strike by United Fruit Workers broke out on the 12th of November 1928 near Santa Marta in the Caribbean coast of Colombia. Yeah, the South American interference. Yeah, corporate and private. How do you end up hanging from that tree?
What you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
An entire neighborhood of killers.
The whole neighborhood is in on it?
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base. There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
That sounds a bit like organized crime.
They're like you. Idealistic people who want to make sure that bad things don't happen. And if they already have...
Yeah, the Hardy Boys it's the Hardy Boys.
Follow.
Again, that's...
You believe they killed the Hangman?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
You're not afraid that we're going to arrest them?
No, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
If he's just boasting, then it sure doesn't feel like that to you. He's not worried. He places a lot of faith in that lawyer girl. Perhaps this is a tactical error.
You mentioned the lawyer
this
girl?
Is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy.
My neck
but hell, Harry,
hurts.
she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes
Hell yeah.
she scares me with her zeal.
How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the
How
shipping
do
company?
I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates. You said it, Harry. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
Yeah. The name of the company is Cornell this time. Might have been sediment before.
Of course. You're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. I'm in this position because people like me.
Remaining mercenaries are organizing a tribunal to take on the Hardys.
Tribunal? That sounds serious, Harry. We Union men should be shitting ourselves. I wish you hadn't told me that. I'm gonna lose sleep over this. Let's change the subject.
He's clearly happy about the tribunal.
Don't seem too worried.
Harry, what do I really think about the tribunal? You're trying to climb to second base with old Everard before you've even courted him properly.
Sometimes you gotta move
He
fast.
wants you to do more things for him.
They were Titus Hardy.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary Union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative. Harry, they're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Revachol in mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
Women? What do you think I am? Some sort of a breeder?
Separate one from the herd.
Which one's your least favorite?
Oh, that would definitely be Fat Angus. His feet smell from a city block away, and he's always having noisy stomach troubles. Horrible, revolting guy.
So let's just say something happens to Fat Angus. Let's say a citizen's
You would
arrest.
die, Harry. You would die, and in the process start a bloody and completely unnecessary war between the Debarders Union
Yeah,
and the
no
Citizens
weakling.
Militia.
They've got solidarity.
Angus, his ever-growling stomach, and his smelly feet are all part of the Union. Actually less. Because it's... Oh, Harry. This is getting real grim in this
He asked him to cooperate with me.
It's the least I can do for my good friend Harry.
You can now go and tell Titus about this.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
Why?
I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real.
Take it.
Good boy. A real team player. Now, do you have any more questions? Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, yes, Harry, it's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left.
A man of the left? So you have to be a social democrat. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
This is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do. What's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are.
You're saying it, but I don't believe you. You know how it is, company snitches, agent provocateurs everywhere. I'm barricaded in this fortress of mine, and I need to get a message out. Will you help me?
What would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
What are they for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
You mean the fishing village?
Yes, the little cul-de-sac on the coast, where all the men have drowned in either the sea or the bottle. A gloomy place, doesn't have that Union attitude.
You're already pretty deep into this. What's a little more? No one can see you here in Martinez.
What'll happen to the current occupants?
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. right next to a fancy new youth
So not
centre
displacing
designed by
them.
the best architects from Stella Marie.
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out
Yeah.
in the street?
Are you sure no one's gonna end up
Am
homeless?
Harry, these people, Martinez is the most important
Not.
thing in my life.
Why is the
I
union
would never let
gentrifying?
anything bad happen to them. We're gonna build a youth center there. The value of their properties goes up, and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out.
Property
for all
values
the
go up.
Martinez,
These people aren't gonna be able to
not
afford
just
to
the
live
harbour.
there. But I mean, I guess they don't rent. They built their own homes there for the most part. So I guess maybe that would actually. I'm not sure. Considering we're gonna. Oh yeah. Well, the noise will be horrendous. If I happen to be there, I can
bring
ask.
joy to my heart, Harry. You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I heard there was some trouble with the water lock, but it should be fixed now. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta.
Okay, so he's just gonna leave me alone. He's not gonna help me until I actually do this. Or he's not gonna help me until I go and get him his signatures, I bet. So we'll go and like, could I maybe lie to him? Maybe, but nothing good is gonna come of that long term because he knows, like, A, it's gonna be like, oh well, I know too much, especially because like I literally haven't left. I bet if I did that right there, you would have been like, no, Harry, you didn't do that. You have not left my sight. But it would have been kind of funny. Anyways, let's... And also, I think in this playthrough, the right thing to do for this version of Harry is to do it. It seems like something he would do. Also, ultimately, like... I need to figure out how to get onto that area over there, because I feel like that should be... Okay, Harry, down the stairs. All the way down the stairs. There you go, bud. I don't really know what else... Oh, wait. I wonder if he's going to sniff out revolutionary sentiments from her. No. But it'd be funny if they did. That would make sense. Maybe read the letter in private. Let's see. Or it'd be somewhere... We can... Let's head down to the shacks, head into our house, and we'll see if we can read it. Besides, we need to be down here to get them done anyways, so... Interact...
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan.
Look at the
The
zoning
youth
plan.
center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall. It's going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings, almost wall to wall, practically integrating them into the youth center. This is either an ominous or cool architectural choice.
Thanks, Inland Empire.
Hard to say. My money is on cool. Looks like a cubic pyrite.
God damn it, conceptualization. You're getting in the way.
There doesn't seem to
Are you
be
kidding me?
anything of interest here.
We had an 83%
No
chance.
fine print. You're smart.
So many.
You can read.
Wait, which one is that again? It's logic? Okay.
The youth center cuts into the... There is no loophole.
Oh.
The simple truth is, the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door.
Terrible. Poor people. Can't I do
Well,
something?
you could trick Everard. Get some random people to sign the document. By the time the union boss...
See, the thing is, I don't think that'll work. Because I do think Everard knows a little bit too much, and I am certain... Like, the postal workers have to be union. Postal workers always are in a union. And if they are, there's no way that he wouldn't take a moment, because also this is a test. This isn't just an errand, it's explicitly a test. So I think that if we were to, like, be unhelpful with this...
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night.
Oh, that's Jack.
I can wash it for you. But it's going to take about a half. Okay. Suit yourself.
Oh, okay, so we'd have to sit here and wait while she washes it. I see. Isabel, Lillian. Alright. It sucks, but also... This is Isabel, right?
Waves are beginning to die down.
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is
it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them. Fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me. But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
Let's get your signature.
For you? This says by signing, I agree to living with construction noise. What exactly is the Union building?
I entered some of the village into a youth center.
Nice idea. Wouldn't have thought that.
She sounds incredulous about the niceness of the idea.
Everard and the Union have nice plans for anything. I thought they only cared about themselves. Well, I guess Union members have children too.
And those members have a vote when electing the head of the local chapter.
Here, use my
pen.
pen.
A pen and everything. Here you go.
Why'd you sign it?
Shouldn't have.
No, it's a youth center. Why shouldn't you?
That's what I asked you. It's a youth center and I have children. Got to give them something else to do. They're cute and small now, but they're growing up fast. I had my first drink when I was 11 because I was so bored. Anyhow, you also need Isabel's signature.
Sound logic. Division of labor. She leaves the...
Oh? Well, how can I assist you then? Oh. That's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
An official investigation has been launched by me to determine just that, ma'am.
Until then, you should maybe start thinking about the funeral.
Sire, she doth not believe it wasn't you.
Are you suggesting we honor the carcass of my former motor carriage?
Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all?
Maybe I should.
Quite odd. Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least.
Life world? Someone's been reading up on last century VoDian philosophers.
Alright, I'm in.
Cool.
But organizing a funeral takes time and effort, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals.
It's going to be quite a few years before nature is able to completely take care of a motor carriage. You could always come back in a few months and see if you still want to give it a proper send-off.
It's a pity we don't get to do more frivolous side activities, like rejuvenate the doomed commercial area.
I understand, believe me. I really do. I think about all the frivolous side activities I could be doing every time I go out there with my nets. But daydreaming is a rich man's game.
The suicide of Kraz Mazov.
I keep on thinking that these are supposed to be... Oh, it is read out.
Kraz Mazov didn't shoot himself. Reaction was on the counter-offensive. The State Day Palace in Mirova was surrounded. He was either assassinated or died in the bombing. You might even have evidence to support this, somewhere in your brain. Mazov was never given a state funeral by the communists. Some people even say the body that was recovered from the ruins wasn't his. There, good. Hero restored to glory. Carry on, comrade.
Hell yeah, hero restored to glory. Alright, let's see here. Alright, we need to talk to Isabel next. Let's save. Because Isabel, I mean, obviously, if she's the skeptic, she's going to be the harder one to convince. Also, we need to find her, but I'm not sure where she is in all of this. Not the old woman. Where is Isabel? Is she over here at all? I mean, I think the thing is, like, I don't know who would be willing to forge the signatures. Like, I don't think I can. My guy, Harry, is not very smart or very good at things. So I don't think he can forge them himself. He would need to find someone else to sign. He could ask her to. But she's, like, nearly blind. The signature would obviously not be very good. And also, she wouldn't agree to deliberately forge it, I don't think. I don't know where this other person is. Wait, huh?
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the wave me. No one.
Oh, no, mind. She is
Just
Isabel.
note,
Okay,
now
sorry, I'm
it's
dumb.
your turn, Mr. Quite a handle you got there.
Okay, sorry, that's my bad.
So many
Well, I knew it was an option, but I thought it was not
One
her.
of them, double.
If 30 minutes is fair to
Well,
watch this?
I must say, I'm proud of this one.
That's the signature.
What's this about? Come now, I can't read all this scribble. Tell me what it says.
Everett wants to turn part of the village into a little youth center.
Huh. I might be half blind, but it looks like part of the village is gonna be a street. The best part. The part we need to get out of our houses. I see Lillian's name is already here. The
Should've
girl
lied.
is too trusting.
Although I don't think she would have trusted me if I
Either
had.
way, I won't sign union papers.
What do you have against the union?
I've seen it all before. You think they've got our interests at heart? Rich men are always selling poor men promises we never plan to keep. Then the poor get pushed out of their homes and the rich get a little richer. That's the way it goes. So, no, I don't trust the fat man, and neither should you.
In her mind, the Union is right-wing because Everard is fat. It's that simple, and there's no changing it. She is headstrong, but there's a slight hesitation in there.
Convince her.
Maybe logic and reason won't work on this old bat. Better go for shameless emotional manipulation. What's the grandmother's deepest vulnerability? Does this feel like a good thing, though?
Good, bad, who cares? What's gonna happen to Lillian's kids, the twins and the Lily?
What do you mean? What's going to happen? We are gonna grow up, of course. I raised my own kids in this village, and they are doing fine for themselves.
They didn't end up like the moribund alcoholics?
No, they are good kids. I brought them up the right way.
Are they here now?
No, they moved to Faubourg for work.
And what do you think Lillian's kids are going to do when they grow up?
Well, I imagine they'll grow up and leave too.
You've got her. Now just reel her in.
And then what?
Then,
You have her. Now twist the knife. Wait. Let her come to it herself.
I don't believe the Fat Man's Youth Center is going to change anything. But what other choice do we have? It's not like the coalition government is coming to save us. I won't be around much longer anyway. Not with the dampness in my bones. If they want to take a chance, who am I to stop them?
Gotta put the kids first.
Aye, we do. We do. But how do we do that?
You can start by signing these papers. I've got a pen right here.
Reluctantly, she takes the pen from your hand,
Like,
scribbles her name on the line, and hands everything back to you.
See that you didn't just get us all screwed. I might be half blind, but I have a good memory for treachery.
she's not gonna let me stay there once the construction starts. Provided it starts anytime soon. Although it shouldn't, right? Like, that'd be real quick for that to happen. Anyways, we got our 2 signatures. Let's send the letter.
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito and bullet holes in the front. Other than developing a personal relationship, you drop the white M for good or ill.
Good mail delivery box. Patting you with my bag full of glass balls.
The box seems happy.
Alright, now off to run our way over there. Like 10 o'clock. We have not been going for very long. Or like, the day is still young. Especially at 10:09. This is usually when I would actually start doing my streams for the day of the Donathon. Because even though it's supposed to be 10, it's simply worn out by this point. Also, this is such an inconvenient way to get over there. Also, okay, he did tell me to do that. He did tell me to push the button. But I'm going to wait till he likes me more before doing it without him planning for it. Because I think if I do it when he doesn't want me to, it might not go over as well. Okay, dog. No worries. Let's see here. Because if I were living in a container, in a sea can, I would probably not be a fan of somebody just picking up my home and walking it off. Alright, Everett, I've done as you said.
Mr. Dubois, the golden boy returns once more. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Harry. Of course. I already knew this. My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great thing today. You've given the children of Martinez a future and proven to be a true man of the left. I can finally trust you now. You're in my inner circle. We can talk about anything. The strike, the murder, your lost gun,
Oh my
nothing
god, we're
is
truly
off
on
the
their
table.
side. We're such a communist. We're such a man of the left.
Hear that? You did it the honest way. You got the real signatures, and now he's happy.
I suppose we have 2.
We would have preferred trickery, but the choice was yours, sire. As always.
Look.
You are the
yeah, drama's a
and
drama
you're
queen.
in.
The signatures I got. I know you plan to force them out with the construction
Harry,
noise.
by now you should know I would never do anything tricky like that. However, if the construction noise and limited street access makes some people consider moving, well, let's just say there'll be freshly renovated buildings near the roundabout where those poor people can finally enjoy a significant uptick in quality of life. I'm talking real affordable workers' palaces.
He proudly spreads his hands to demonstrate the size of the palaces. They're very large.
So the village is doomed because I helped
You were there, you saw the place, a wasteland. There's nothing left. But mark my words, Harry. We are going to reset it. Reset. I have big plans for Martinez. And they do not include humans living in those pig sheds on the
Because the thing is, like, this isn't just a matter of, like, them living in less quality housing. They are living in, like, the worst possible housing that people can live in and still call it shelter. And I don't know what you... God. I think... I don't know. I like that it's putting... that it's giving Everett, Claire, and the Union this side story, I guess. Because on one hand, it feels a little bit forced. Like, oh, how do we make the Union seem like bad guys in a way that people who are... how people who are, like, on the left in the real world aren't just going to be like, oh, yeah, no, the Union are the good guys, even if they're willing to fight dirty. I think it's an interesting way to do that by relying on, like, sort of gentrification and stuff like that as a conflict to have with them. But also, I don't know, I kind of, like... I don't know. What do you
Harry,
mean?
imagine a youth center supermarket church complex. Employing hundreds, no, thousands of people. The coast will be lit up with enterprise and life. All those ruins out there turned into low-income housing. Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on.
Okay, so, like, I think... Everett's harder to get a beat on, I think, than a lot of the characters because he's very obviously performing. He's not being authentic about himself. Like, Joyce, I felt like she was very willing to be honest and upfront with who she is and what she is. Like, she was like, yep, I, believe X, Y, Z. This is how I see the world. This is what I feel. And, like, obviously she's not telling us literally everything right off the jump. But, like, there's an authenticity to her. Everett Claire is very obviously putting on a show. And the difficult thing, I guess, is identifying where the show ends and where his, like, what is performance for the sake of deception and what is part of the performance of his actual values or his actual beliefs. I don't think he's a good person or anything like that. But also, I guess I'm trying to remember not to take the word of the other characters in the opposite factions as gospel. Like, of course, Joyce isn't going to love Everett Claire, but she also doesn't, like, she doesn't see him as a monster. Which I think is actually kind of telling, because I think if she thought he was a genuinely bad person, she would. And, like, I don't know, I think... Also, ultimately, in terms of what kind of government's here, what part of this... Yeah, exactly. Like, how much of him is genuinely concerned? Because I think, like, I don't think he's purely cynical. Like, I think it'd be easy to write him off and just be like, oh, he clearly doesn't care. He just wants power for power's sake. He found it through the union, so that's why he's in the union. And I don't think that's really the case. Because ultimately, in this setting, that it's not, like, the union is powerful, but also, you could fuck around any number of ways and get power. Like, there's some bullshit going on, and the communists, the leftists, are very much so on the outs in general in this situation. However, it's also not like there's not a... Like, even if he does sincerely believe, like, that this will help people, there is a long legacy of, men of the left who think they've got all the solutions and are willing to be a bit of utilitarian about it, are willing to, push people around. Like, I've dealt with that. I left my political party over it because I was one of the people who got pushed around by someone who thought they knew what they were doing, and I wasn't willing to deal with it. Maybe I'm more to that. No worries. I think, like, I just... Anyways. Gotta unmute something. Oh, no worries. Let's see. What are we gonna do here? Low income housing, even if prices shit, why not? Yeah, I think, like, honestly, the housing is legitimately what's useful.
I accept your salute, Harry. All of it is true. I've got the center, I've got room for a retail complex, and in 4 years I'll get the church too. The wheels are turning, Harry. The wheels of progress. This post-war limbo, I won't stand for it. There are kids practically playing with their own feces out there. It cannot go on.
There is true indignation in his voice when he speaks about the state of things, and even a touch of pain.
Like... Because he grew up here, didn't he? Like, that's what... he was raised here. He grew up here. So, like... I don't think he's... Like, he's not some out-of-town real estate speculator coming in to fuck with things. And, like, I'm sure he stands to make money off of this, because it seems like that's just how this works. But that alone doesn't make it a bad choice. To the end of the day, like, yeah, those kids out there are legitimately suffering. Like, the construction noise is bad. The pollution, like, the noise pollution is undoubtedly bad, and I do think he is hoping that they'll leave. But also, I don't think he's... I don't necessarily think it's... I don't think it's right that he's trying to force those people out, but I do think he thinks he's doing it for the right... Like, I think he's genuinely thinking it's the better thing. Yeah, the revolutionaries lost.
And then there will be a giant statue of him towering above it all.
Will you erect a statue to yourself?
I'm not a symbolist, Harry. I'm a realist. My statue will be Martinez rebuilt. 5-story building complexes, kids off speed, and landowners in a zone hating me. That will be my statue. And yours. We're doing this together.
You got this. You can rely on my
I do,
vote.
Harry. I really do. I'm gonna make the working man richer than Joyce Messier with that vote of yours.
Because I feel like
that's my job.
what he kind of reminds me of is also the kind of like the men of the left.
True flash of anger in him.
Who
thinks of her.
Who kind of lose, or like who lose themselves in their rhetoric, I guess. Can I get my gun now?
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. An
where
old
is it?
woman has it, and let me tell you, Harry, word on the street is she's a character.
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy. The one he described.
So you haven't had it.
Terrifying.
Oh no, you just said it was found, not they had it.
You're easily impressed.
Thank you for the follow, Creamy Therapy. How's it going? How are you doing? The gun's still with the one who bought it from Roy.
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. Crazy stuff, Harry. Selling your gun like that? Wild. Anyway.
Union Boy's gonna help you fix it.
The neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the Debarders Union. Apparently, she was waving it around at the entrance to her building.
Waving the gun around doesn't sound good. None of this does.
She's waving around at people?
As I said, she's a character. I didn't have time for details. It sounds like she's
definitely I would never wave a gun around at people. I've never done that.
It sounds like a very disturbed and desperate individual. We might be looking at someone with a medical history here.
Who is she?
Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry.
Yeah, for whatever reason, they didn't bother to get the gun. That seems kind of...
How dangerous can she possibly be?
He's not been as helpful as I was hoping he would be.
And she calls herself the Pigs.
There it is again. The Pigs. Like Roy said.
I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this. Now, back to the fun stuff.
She will be there from 2200 hours till 0200 hours.
Did you order the hangman
I
killed?
did not, Harry. Although I am very, very glad he's dead.
What do you gain from him being dead?
Why, a war, of course.
Yes, what do you have to gain from a war?
Victory, Harry. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war.
Have you ever heard what 2 giant Ceres hornets can do to an entire colony of bees? They destroy it.
I have. It's a great story, Harry. Did you also know how the bee colony kills the giant hornet? They swarm and blanket it entirely until it suffers a massive heat stroke and dies.
He crosses his hands contently, thinking of the interior temperature of the wasp rising.
Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1, and that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revachol, and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men, or 15 men, or even 50 men.
50 men? Oh my god, that's a busy night.
The worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. No one likes foreign mercenaries. The leftists hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralists think they're in bad taste.
That's kind of funny, actually. I didn't really think about that before. Yeah, I guess it would make sense that, like, the ultra-liberal faction maybe didn't really think through the implications of how it would turn people against them to go that hard. How is this connected to the strike?
Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid. Or wait. Is that when you still pay them something? Because we won't do that. We're not going to give nothing. We're going to take Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates, the containers, that big crane, even the damn coffee maker. We're going to take all of it for the people, and fuck Wild Pines.
Is that why you haven't let Joyce in here?
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her arsehole. She has no chance.
Why are you telling me this?
Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can go tell her if you want. It won't change the course of events. We have a significant head start. It's already happening.
How many of you guys are there in the union?
2,372. Plus yours truly, of course.
You gotta count for at least 2, Everard.
2,373 is a sizable contingent.
How are you gonna fund it?
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through? How am I going to replace all the contacts we'll lose once the poo-poo hits the fan? The clients will ditch us. Harry, we've thought of everything.
Clients will take a well-known multinational conglomerate over a local mobster any day.
Can't possibly hope to continue like you have. Clients will leave en masse.
Sure, some will go, but mark my words. The company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinez and to the new competitive contracts we can offer.
Because this is the thing too, is that like ultimately, provided ever Claire doesn't get a little too greedy, if there are no executives from Wild Pines who are needing to take their cut of it, they can afford to, they can still make a good amount of money without having to charge as much because they don't have as much overhead. They don't have the executives who have to get paid. They don't have that shit. They just have to pay their workers. And they might pay the workers more, but there's almost certainly a balance between paying the workers more and still being able to charge less, which I think, and ultimately, like these are corporations. They're going to go with capital. They're ultra liberals.
With zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double time. You'll be surprised to see how fast things go without parasites latching on. We'll have our hands free to pursue bold, exotic new revenue streams.
That's drugs.
You mean the drug trade?
Drug trade? Now you're being stupid, Harry. There are perfectly legal, 100% ethical chemical factories on the Samaran Isola. All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, little babes, people with disabilities.
That's just the top of the iceberg, though, isn't it, Everard?
The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad, has bad optics, may be illegal in some countries. The Debarders Union, however, we're all about the large volume column.
In bulk shipping, large volume column is a major
We're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry. So your sick kid can get his Benefed, and your wacky uncle doesn't have to come off risperidone.
Benefed is a children's cold medicine, usually apricot flavored, and risperidone.
Apricot seemed like a really big deal for them.
Psychosis.
And the kids on the street don't have to give up on speed and Perolidon?
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Harry. I sometimes grab a beer with the boys, but I have no idea about the things you just mentioned.
Yeah, weren't you supposed to be trying to get people the kids off off the street and off their drugs?
Rainbow party, I would make sure the union took a fantastic share, and I'd keep that stuff far away from Martinez.
So not really about all working people, just about yours.
He's basically admitting to it.
Servant leadership. Makes sense to regulate the drug trade like this. Keeps it out of more dangerous hands.
Oh, Harry, you've misunderstood. I have no drugs in my hands. Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a whole. There are little girls out there with dreams of making music. Young mothers who want to start businesses. Models who want to walk catwalks and steel welders who want to weld steel.
Like, it is devious. I mean, I'm going to keep playing it through this way. I think I'm in too deep to not play it through this way. But I'm excited to see, once we get to the end of this game going through this route, what decisions I do end up regretting. Because I'm sure I'm going to regret plenty.
Unite them all into one economic body. We're going to incorporate this place to Kingdom Come. Everyone's going to be in on the wealth, and everyone's going to pull their weight.
Ultra-liberal, communist, fascist, moralist. I love what you're doing for the working man.
Thank you, Harry. Thank you. You have no idea how much it means to me, because in many ways, you are that working man. You have already done so much work.
Can I ask you about specific union members?
We're way past specific union members now. This is the big time. We're talking about the future of Revachol here, Harry. You can bother Leonard with that. He loves to run his mouth on such matters. But I'm in big-time mode, Harry.
There's something different about him now. He's more vibrant, more alive in his big-time mode.
Great, Harry, great. I think we have truly built a bridge between Martinez and Jamrock today. We have united the RCM and the Debarders Union.
Ah.
This has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together, but if you ever feel like bouncing something off me, my door is always open. Most certainly, Harry.
I think we have gone over everything. I just want to make sure
Very
this.
nice, Harry. Mr. Dubois.
That's a
Sure thing.
that note.
You've already.
That's all.
Now.
Okay, fair enough. All right, what do we grab from him? Clothes. Oh, this is new. +1 pain threshold and +1 half-life. We got like a full fawn set here, don't we? Almost. We just need the shirt, I think, right? These are. Oh, we also aren't wearing the shoes, but we had those. I thought. Maybe we don't have fallen shoes yet. But either way, certainly a look. All right, let's see here. Gotta talk to you, buddy.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to
Yeah,
no
yeah.
trouble at all, mister. No,
Wanna ask about
Mr.
someone.
Everett doesn't really want me to talk to people about union guys.
What is Edgar guy?
Mr. Edgar is Mr. Everett's brother. He looks a bit younger, he does. But all kinds of places he visits. Left with the first autumn rains and...
South Safri. A lot of bulk chemical manufacturing going on there. A lot of cargo shipments.
This plan's long term, isn't it? Let's talk about Manana.
He's a union man.
Yeah,
through
everyone's
and
making
through.
a power play
Good
for
guy.
sure.
He's very calm, laid back, doesn't do much, talks to Everett sometimes. Honestly, I don't know what he does for us, but it must be important because everybody likes him. Yes, they do.
Oil for the wheels. Much needed in stressful times like these.
I'll go Measurehead.
Whoa, he's really something. He doesn't talk much to me usually, but when he does, I don't really understand most of what he's saying. Actually, I don't think he would like me running my mouth about him like that. Once he said he's a dragon to this mob fellow who came picking a fight with some union men. I think he really believes Jean-Luc was a dragon because he ran right off. Another time he almost killed another guy, but I should... Oh, Titus is a longshoreman through and through. He was born on a boat, they say. His veins are probably filled with salt water, I tell you. Nice, friendly sort, old Titus is.
Tell me about Everett.
I'd best not. I mean, I could, but I don't think Mr. Everett would like it very much. You better ask him yourself, mister.
About Renee.
The night guard. Ooh, he's a peculiar fellow. We talk all the time, but I don't really know much about him. He plays petanque with my old human studies teacher, Mr. Martin, down at the plaza. I think he's the only fellow who actually knows old Renee. They lived on the same street their entire lives. Even dated the same girl on and off for as long as I can
Oh
remember.
damn, they were in a throuple? Wild.
Strange fellows. Mr. Martin was always real nice to me in school. I remember once.
Well, he was your human studies teacher?
Mr. Martin, yes. Don't really remember much about him. I was just a boy back then.
Oh, you finally have nothing to talk about?
Sure, mister.
Alright, let's head out. Also, I need to mark down, Alright. Nope, down the stairs. Are you okay? Down the stairs? It's tempting to move the button. We're gonna leave it for a little bit longer. Part of me wants Kim to be here so that Kim can get frustrated and flustered. I think that would be very funny. Death of a rockstar. Let's talk to Lizzie. We're supposed to be friendly now.
No. Something about this they are, but they don't seem too keen to talk with you, do they? No, they don't. In the far back. And from his perch at the... Besides, you're pretty sure they consider themselves social democrats.
They're not the socialists, but her.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time? What you want is of no significance. What are we going to do? The Union isn't going to do anything to you. If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people.
Fine. Oh yeah, it's you.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous.
You're here.
I am. So are you. What brings you here?
I met your Sunday friend.
And how did you like him?
I didn't like him as much as I like you.
Ah, shoot. Why not?
What are you two?
Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends who like to get together from time to time.
Hi, Liz. How you doing? How's it going? He's been a Sunday friend.
That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess.
Is that even a friend?
It is. On Sundays.
Who is he?
A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme.
I did listen to
He
Paranoia.
can always return.
Okay, I've talked about this already a couple times, but like, I've been formulating my thoughts. I like the song overall. Its name isn't supposed to be Paranoia. I'm sorry. I know it's a dumb thing to be fixated on. I can't get it out of my head. I am very, very certain. My theory right now, it'll probably change over time once I have actual sleep and have thought about it more, is that the title was originally supposed to be Death of a Pop Star. Because Ezreal was a pop star. That was his whole deal. That's what, like, in the teaser stuff, Aphelios throws shit at Set for making a comment about, like, the, you know, the bubblegum pop type of shit. But the song is not like that. So I'm betting it was originally supposed to be much more focused on Ezreal as, like, the death of him as a pop star, revival as something else as part of this new group. But then, presumably, like, at some point in the process, they looked at that and they thought, huh, it might be a little weird for our boy band to come out with their first song called Death of a Pop Star when our first girl group was named Pop Stars. Like, or their first song was named Pop Stars. Like, that might seem like that's meant, like, that, it seems weird to have those two things together. So then I think they changed it to Death of a Rock Star to make it sound a little bit less like that. And also make it sound like a little bit more generic, like, you know, live fast, die hard, leave a pretty corpse. Or whatever it is. No, live fast, die young, leave a pretty corpse. But then also, Death of a Rock Star as a title still seems weird. Like, either it's too long, or they still thought Death of a Rock Star sounded too close to Pop Stars and sounded like it was infringing. Or no. Wait, don't they have a heavy metal band? There's a League heavy metal band, right? Heavy metal band. What are they called? Pentakill. Maybe it would have sounded shady to Pentakill or something. Like, maybe they thought that calling it Death of a Rock Star would sound too connected to that. And they're willing to keep Death of a Rockstar in the song because ultimately people don't care as much about Pentakill as they care about KDA. But they didn't want it to be the title. So they were like, I don't know, we'll name something else. But Paranoia was a weird name for it. Yeah, the chorus is great. Set's rap is kind of all over the place. I love Ezreal in it. The first verse also is kind of, I think it starts out too slow. Yeah, Soyeon is also like, that's part of the thing, is that this group, I think, needed someone who's like a Soyeon level of like commanding the entire show. And I think they're all good. Like, none of them are bad. They're not doing a bad job of performing it or whatever. But like, it just feels like there's like, I don't know. She's such a like irreplaceable force in all of that KDA stuff. And in True Damage as well. Anyways, return
To
where?
his opportunities in Occident, Sir Leclerc. Still, his coming and going brings some life to the village. Or is it just money? I don't know.
Why was he staying at your place in the middle of the night?
He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean.
Yeah, to the sea, I'm sure. I'll talk about you.
What about me, gendarme?
Actually,
Bye-bye,
wait.
gendarme.
Let me just set the scene a bit.
I see you found yourself a little something from my wardrobe. Not bad. What brings you here?
Yeah, Kane's verse. I mean, I don't know the characters that well, so I'm not super familiar. I'm not super sure if like maybe I just wasn't aware, but it seemed like they were like for the character's design, it certainly seems like a surprisingly deep voice to come out of him, and then also again, it seems like a weird note to start the song on. Like that sounds more like the what do you call that? Like the bridge, I guess? No. Yeah, the bridge. Like that sounds like that would kind of go in that sort of a spot, like to lead into a big final chorus, but not where it was. About the hat and the robe I'm
You
wearing.
can keep it. I don't mind. I can appreciate beauty when I see it.
Oh. I'll say I like Ezreal Singer I think the most, but also again I haven't listened to it very much, and I always have a tough time picking out which voices are whose during a song like this, because obviously like they're not even using their main songs or their main voices anyways, so it takes some time, especially when they're all singing together. But I'm excited to see how it is, or like to see how I feel about it more when I listen to it more. I'll say my weekend was good. We've had a good time. It was a bit more of a chill weekend, which was nice. Also, hi, just a student. How are you doing? It's like carrying a piece of you with me at all times.
Is it now? Well, enjoy it.
What are you doing here?
Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer?
I don't know what I'm doing here. I just go wherever life takes me.
Maybe you should figure it out, detective.
Tell me about that muscular type who came to investigate the crime.
Let's see. He knocked on
Don't
my
worry, I know
door
where
a few
we're at,
days after the
M3.
lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions.
What'd you tell him?
Nothing. That I didn't see anything.
Did you tell him about your
What
friend? Your Sunday friend?
No, I don't think it came up.
What did he look like?
Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types.
Was he alone?
Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece.
What was he
Just
saying?
reporting back whatever I was telling him. Yes, but
His earpiece?
yes, you know those tiny...
Okay.
Just reporting back whatever I was... Oh,
That's muscular.
He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese.
Thanks for the information.
Sure. Anything else on your mind?
Could he be a member of the homosexual?
There we go. We've stumbled upon the agenda.
Just pointing it out. We're not talking about some kind of cult with members here. You made it up.
Are you part of the homosexual underground?
The homosexual underground?
Sits of immediate eyes wide with amused
Why,
surprise.
yes, I am, officer. Why? Do you want to investigate?
No worries, I appreciate it. Yes, I want to hear more about this homosexual underground you're part of.
Oh, it's a pleasure group. A Sub Rosa pleasure group congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday night. Sometimes even Friday night.
Escandalo. What about Thursday
Or
night?
Thursday night. Sometimes the congregating doesn't even end. It carries on into our day.
No, don't worry. I was looking up the guide to make sure I got this part, so don't worry. Why do you convene? What do you do?
Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of meaning. The last things people in Rebishol have to hold on to. The true symbols of security. The meaning of man and woman, mother
Same,
and
just a
father,
student.
their marriage. Everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities just spinning around, surreal and unreal. You won't even know who you are anymore.
Does it have anything to do with disco?
Yes, we listen to a lot of disco. Some say we engineered disco to spread our vision of a vertiginous, ever-changing society, where all there is a razzle-dazzle of gold. We are going to change the family unit with all this razzmatazz and finger dancing. And with mysteries. Of course, the mysteries are also of sexual nature, very esoteric.
I do like disco. Maybe I should get into
You
it.
can't just get into it. You have to be born into it. One is either already in the homosexual movement, or forever excluded from it.
What if I can't remember whether I'm in or not? What if I can't remember anything about my life aside from the fact that I like disco?
Beautiful. Beautiful. That's
Crawls up
exactly
to like
what
an
we're
adult
looking
version.
for. Who knows? Maybe you were homosexual in the past. Maybe all of that has been repressed. I have to say that you do look like someone who might be part of the underground. You have that very distinctive, I can't understand what's going on here look.
This is gonna be like a 20-hour mine project for me. 20 hours at least.
Absolutely wonderful.
A man like you can figure out his sexuality in a working day. It won't be 20 hours unless you want to enter the heightened realms of the phantasm erotique afterwards. It may be 20 hours or more, but that would be on your own time.
You can keep it. I don't mind. Is it now?
And we might have a new an interesting response to that now that we've confirmed that. All right, we are gonna swap back into our more effective outfit. That's political and visual calculus. And put on the less racist hat because I think Kim doesn't like it. Where is my other hat? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh yeah, I guess I could just reorganize my inventory so I can find stuff better, but Confront the pigs, get your gun back. See mysterious strangers in the night, leaning against unlit doorways, engaged in hushed conversation. A shadowy cabal exchanging looks, whispering in dark alleys and unmarked locales. A radical cell conspiring against the state, and perhaps even against man and woman. Was that a secret handshake? What's going on? Who are these secretive people? How will they accomplish their sinister and world-altering goals? And more importantly, are you one of them? You could be. Maybe you forgot. Look at that. We leave Kim alone for, what, 5 hours and we're already in the homosexual underground. Actually, how long is that going to take us? Oh, only 8 hours? Oh, that's nothing. God.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod.
Don't mind if I boil some boots here, would you?
The man takes another drag. You can always talk your way out if things go sour.
Stay masculine, buddy.
This industrial getting the corpse residue out of these boots is going to require patience. And there is a variety of soaps and bleach. It's bad with those boots. Don't be stingy now.
And the bottle of white
The
vinegar.
delicious smells. All right now, chef. Light up the stove and boil them.
Add water in the boots. Bring it all to an ice.
A commercial pot draws your attention. It's the strong smell of vinegar. Strips of polymer fabric and human tissue separate from the lining of the boots. They float to the bubbling surface. A 2-course dinner of rotten flesh and heart. The boots look cleaner and cleaner. That's it, chef. The boots are as clean as they're going to get.
Ugh.
Steam, dense with the smell of strange meat, disappears into the vent. A pair of real beauties. The boots are shiny, hot, and reek of vinegar.
Master
Just
Chef out?
perfect.
Certainly he won't be upset with
The
that.
man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a...
Stay masculine. What else are we missing? We've got the cuirass, the greaves, gloves. I guess we need the pants probably, right? Greaves or whatever. Anyways. What are you up to?
Hey, was there something you need? Another thing. Great.
Yes. I'll leave Gart alone. What else are we looking to do to it? Yeah, we got the boots. Solve the egghead puzzle. I don't care about those people. Oh, probably a helmet, yeah. Right in Titus's eyes. I'll say, we haven't really figured out our way into that, we don't have any new keys that we can try in here, really, can we?
Heavy steel. The door does...
Yeah. We still need to figure out what's behind that door.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass. There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring.
3% odds?
Cold outside.
Might as well try it. It's a white shell. Oh!
Even though you know you should see it, you don't. Just branches like black tangles of hair, motionless, The wind in the yard doesn't reach the hawthorn.
Oh my god, I should buy a lottery ticket. Actually, I should not. Beating 3% odds is not the same as beating lottery odds.
It wasn't time yet. You have to know of the girl.
And of course it wasn't even useful. Fuck. Oh well. We have to know of the girl. I'm assuming know of her. We know of the secret door, but we haven't opened the secret door yet. We need to find a way up to the secret... Oh, wait, what's this? Some of this is, This looks new.
The pile of Eternite looks stranger now that Kuno told you it's nothing. Glad you asked. When junior researcher, because, unless Kuno lied, there it is. You see a shabby little door.
Anything interesting in here? Silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder. Get out of the way or get fucked up. Wait, no, that goes upstairs. I don't want to go up there yet. Although that at least tells us how to get upstairs. That's good. Magnesol and magnesium supplement. Move onto your chest to live a happy magnesium-rich life. Cured pig's head. Mummified. Right, nothing else over there. Let's see what's upstairs. Huh. Not much, unless we're willing to do some climbing. Or, oh, we can just walk along there, I see. Got it. We just... Let's give you the pry bar. We're finally up here now. We can actually open this thing. I don't know if it needs the pry bar, but... No thread. I wonder if he's gonna get mad that I'm stealing stuff that he hidden up here, because I'm assuming he's like the only one who has access. Doorway's gonna collapse soon. Restoration pillars keep the ruins together. Take some money. Another postcard. I feel like I sold one of the postcards. I don't think I should have done that, to be honest. Honestly, being over here doesn't actually seem to have been worth all that much. But can we just... Oh yeah, we can. That's those stairs, I see. Yeah, let's run. And Kim doesn't know about any of the shit I'm up to right now. Isn't that lovely? Take all the money that's up here. You know what? This was not really as a... All that was in the box was just the magnesium supplements. It wasn't very much. And it's still good to have, but... Just not as much as I was hoping up here. After seeing all this area over and over again, I thought there might be more, but... Well... So what day is today? I know it's day 4, but like, in terms of day of the week. Today's Thursday. Oh hey, I've heard that the Homosexual Underground meets on Fridays or Saturdays, sometimes even Fridays. I might actually be able to find some of them tomorrow or the day after. Isn't that lovely? Did I see a little circle pop up? I did.
There. Working class drunk. You know what this means, right? Cracked it. All in a good day's work.
What did I crack?
What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how working class that drunk is.
It's the future leader of a proletarian uprising.
No, it's not.
It's her husband.
Yes. And you found him. Didn't she repeatedly tell you her husband? But he is missing. You heard her. The worry in her voice.
We've already reported his death.
There's no need for champagne when there's on.
Like, we've already told her that her husband is dead. I don't know why we're doing that right now. Whatever. Let's see if she's got anything to say in here now. It's been a while since we've talked to Placence.
Hello again, esteemed doctor. Okay, but please, only...
Never
The woman
mind.
before you.
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop?
She smiles and...
Oh yes? How's my precious doing? She's a good girl.
The woman before you.
Yeah, that's not super interesting, honestly. But yeah, I'm guessing it must just be something that was supposed to trigger earlier, and for whatever reason I just, like, didn't see it, I guess? Like, I don't really know where we saw it to begin with here, to be honest, but... Also, the guy who was sitting there is gone. Oh yeah, we can talk to you guys. We know more about you now. You used to be a humanities teacher.
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer.
Convince him to relinquish the
How may
sandwich.
All right. This is how we're gonna do it.
I admire your handiwork, Chef, but there are a few things I do differently.
What, officer? This is as good as they come in Revachol, I assure you.
An array of delicious recipes flashes through your mind. Salads, salmon, sandwiches, bingo.
The bread you built this wonder on could have been toasted beforehand.
That would certainly have been an improvement.
I'll do you one better. The air pocket between cheese and ham could house a pre-roasted paprika.
Ce serait délicieux. Can you make that sandwich, officer?
Sure, but I'm gonna need yours as a prototype first.
I hope you are not just tricking an old man out of the little he has left.
Initial development takes time, of course, but in 6 to 9 months you will eat the sandwich of gods.
God of sandwiches, maybe? But in the...
What about
Sure,
the...
officer.
Nah.
Thank you, officer.
Look at that. I got his sandwich. That you ever seen?
The ham sandwich, a treat of this magnitude, should not be enjoyed alone.
We're gonna share it with Kim when Kim is back. We've been unable to. He's been busy. Yeah, exactly. Save it for Kim.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabinier do for you?
Find your guard booth.
Yes, the Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the night. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
He feels like he has to justify himself for some reason.
I saw a picture in there. You were in it. You looked happy. Who's the girl?
She?
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Oh, right. They both dated the same girl back and forth, didn't they? You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right into the yard.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Why on a leave?
It's a private matter.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. No
Who's working?
The bus has been unmanned since last Monday.
Unguarded?
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officer, the container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him.
Oh.
It's mostly decorative.
Mostly decorative?
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
Oh yeah, no, that is a bad comment. That's what you mean. Gotcha.
Created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Everett gets it. Big guys looking out for the small and everyone working together. I love it.
We conclude the topic of my guard boost now. Yes. Like I said,
Got my hands on it.
I was standing right here. I saw it.
Never mind.
Right.
Oh wait.
Vigilance officer, what can this all...
As René turns from you to his partner and back,
there we go.
The medals on his chest rattle and glare. He keeps his spine straight and his ribcage lifted, displaying them proudly.
Oh my god, pride? I've heard it's a sin.
The larger one is shaped like a cross, while the smaller medal resembles the sun.
The sun. We've seen that before, haven't we?
A small blue star inside an orange sun. It has the word Valiance written below. The setting sun was a decoration used to distinguish seasoned combat veterans in service of King Frizzle I during the Revolution.
And the cross?
A crowned head in front of 2 crossed rifles. The medal hangs from a blue striped triangle. It's the Croix de Bravoure, Cross of Valor. The cross was the highest battlefield decoration in Suzerain's armed forces, awarded for exceptional bravery in the line of duty, in service of King Frizzle I.
Rod de Beaulieu and the setting sun. Did you get them for...
For bravery.
It's a conflicted topic for the old veteran. There must have been a number of controversial episodes in his service days.
Jesus. For bravery?
For doing my duty in the heat of battle. For looking my mortality in the eye. When men like Gaston here hid in the bushes and shot themselves.
He saved some muddy princeling who foolishly strolled into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold.
A princeling?
It was on the first months of the revolution here in Revachol. Unrest was spreading like wildfire. Marauders had taken most of the Garonne and were getting really ambitious. King Frisel thought he could end it all in one decisive strike. Sent his cousin, Drisson, to put an end to the unrest. Alas, the young Drisson was all piss and no vinegar, wearing the tunic of purple velvet and cockatiel feathers to battle. Even his rifle was gold-plated, shone from 5 clicks away. Can you imagine the asininity?
What a dandy.
To keep the long and bloody story short, Drisson marched us against the partisans in Garonne. And when I say marched, I mean made us walk into captured enemy territory, single file, like toy soldiers, while he rode in front on his giant red stallion. The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage.
Bastards.
I got shot in the left shoulder and went down.
Okay, never mind.
Just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud next to me. He was missing his lower jaw. Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee.
God, horses are terrifying.
It's painful to even think about.
Then what did you do?
I grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head. Then everything went black.
Capitaine Arnoux, le fléau des chevaux.
The bane of horses.
When I came to, it was all over. It was just me and Jolas Tresson, gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right next to me. The dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood. But despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one.
It's a dink, that's a fighter.
So I grabbed the dink and started crawling. Kept going until the 59th Cavalry picked us up. Through some miracle, we both survived. And the jealous freak convinced Frisel to give me a medal for not leaving him to die in his own blood. Piece and shit. He was the commanding officer and I was on duty. Just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that. 13 months later, I received the Sun for distinguished service. It's not worth mentioning.
You sense he's downplaying it. He did a lot more than his duty. More than anyone's duty. It's in his spine, in his billowing breasts, and untarnished self-worth.
Sounds like you're being modest, Rene.
The old carabinier stands quietly like a statue, his features motionless.
What Monseigneur Modesty is not telling you is that he crawled over 7 kilometers before the cavalrymen.
Jesus, with a shattered knee?
2 days later that was. And that even while crawling with a mangled half-dead prince on his back, he still managed to murder 3 rebels on his way.
Is that pride in his voice? It's deep down, but maybe even unbeknownst to the man himself, it's there.
Hold on. You're just a little bit proud of Rene's heroics, aren't you?
Sorry, officer, but you're reading me all wrong. I'm a man of peace, and these kinds of bloody heroics are only impressive to men like Rene himself. Certainly not to
Oh my god, are you also part of the homosexual underground?
How did you find the story to be, officer?
Hi, Apollo. How's it going? How are you doing? Quite impressive. It's men like Rene made us all great ones.
Maybe.
I think that one was
Also
the...
bear in
Yep.
mind, officer. They don't end this out for anyone with a service record. Oh no, you have to get shot.
Hi, Willow. How you doing?
You need to get your hands bloody too.
Oh no, purity culture
Really,
can't return.
Really bloody.
Do not speak of what you know nothing about, Poltroon. Duty is something you will never understand.
The old
What? And
Is that pride in his voice? It's deep down, but maybe even
Bon Dieu.
maybe. Oh no.
Do not speak of what you know. There were many such stories in those days. Many such men too. True
Yeah, Lolo and Apollo. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. You're having a good day.
Oh yes, René, yes.
No, we
Men
literally
were
just
bigger,
read that.
Girls were prettier, and everyone wore the fascia. Lord, please bring those days back, if you can.
I'm not getting into this with you again. Officer, was there
Oh,
anything
Jesus,
else?
how bad?
You should try to come up with a heroic story of your own. Impress this old soldier.
I don't think we want to do that right now if it's a red check. What will even be? Like it just straight up, like, went click, never came back?
To see you
You mentioned this one then.
Sweet Jenny. She was the finest woman in all of Revachol. Maybe the entire world.
Do not defile her memory, Gaston. Let her rest in peace.
Oh, jeez. Oof. I mean, as long as it's at least working, that's good. But like, yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry. So you both know
We knew
her.
her, all right. Lived on the same street our entire lives, just 2 houses apart. The 3 of us have been best friends since we were 4.
Hmm.
She was René's first girl back when the prick was 16. They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal than just be happy.
And then you stole her from me.
Well, technically, you stole her from me, because we'd been pretty close ever since you two had that falling out over the ink you spilled over her pretty yellow dress.
My computer wasn't trying to give me CO2 poisoning. I found out later that it was one of my neighbors who was burning something.
We were just boys then. This was different. You. No point starting this all over again. For the 1000th and the first time. Especially when we have company. Officer.
What happened?
She died of pneumonia 2 winters ago. It was a quiet passage, peaceful. René and I were both by her bedside when she...
Yeah, my computer did appreciate it, I think.
No use sugarcoating it. Won't bring her back. Will it now?
Departed. Until the very end she couldn't decide between us. The most indecisive woman I've ever met.
Oh, she would have gotten along with you great.
A quick grimace of pain passes over René's features, but he immediately regains control.
I think she was indecisive.
She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have for breakfast, favorite color, or which one of us to marry. She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married.
It's a bit odd.
Heck, technically, we're both still engaged to her.
You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy. Seduced her with your fancy words and pastries.
He suddenly remembers you.
Of course, officer.
I think that's everything from that one, but do you how much you demand more?
What?
I understand she meant a lot to
There's nothing for you to understand here. It is not her death you are investigating.
Were the circumstances of her death in any sense unusual?
Absolutely not. She died of pneumonia in her bed at the age
Where is the photo taken?
Revachol Fair of 91 in the Faubourg district.
You looked happy.
This was the happiest day of my life.
What happened with
I
you,
was
Gaston
22
Jean-Marie?
when I returned from King Guillaume's Akira operation in the south and found my sweetheart in the arms of this wretch.
The Akira operation was a 7-year campaign, during which suzerain Guillaume's army forcefully united the people in the southeastern part of La Petite Continent, collectively known as the Akira tribes under the Revacholian banner.
I won her back, but while I was dealing with some issues.
You were like a dark cloud sucking the joy out of every living thing around you. And you hurt her.
Dark cloud. That sounds unpleasantly familiar.
Those days and memories are gone.
The old soldier says nothing. But when his glance quickly runs over Gaston's face, there's an odd...
It is such a sweet, sweet...
Okay.
Of course,
Nothing else really going on with that right now. We only got one skill point, we'll hold on to it. Let's see here now. I mean, we know more about her now. Confront the pigs, yeah. Must meet her down there eventually. What else is there to do right now? I mean, we could go deal with the stuff over by the church, but I'm so uninterested in dealing with them. I cannot stand them. Trying to think about where else we should go. An interesting map with all the soldiers on there too. Tasks. Oh right, yeah. I mean, I guess if we wander around in here, if we go to the building where all the communists apparently are, then we can probably find them, and or at least find somebody maybe. Once we get our gun back, maybe we can even deal with Kuno's dad. Maybe. Big if on that one, though.
This door is made of no one.
Okay. That was the wrong place to go anyways. I meant to go look around for the... I don't know why... Force of habit. I just went to go find the homosexuals. That's all I do. Anything else, Cosmo?
Cast, honestly, he does kind of look like you after all.
Communard lives in this room.
From the
Hero of the working class.
A warm feeling.
Yeah, nothing else in there. Let's close that.
You hear someone walking around in the walking stuff. You can feel tension. A poor communard from the looks of it.
Oh,
the room
wrong line.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant?
It's generally easier to do things if you have.
You have literally any reason. Fine, I'll leave that door alone. Let's go talk to Cindy over here. Let's see if she's got anything to say.
There it is again. Years of turmoil, of hopes and dreams, ground beneath.
I can kind of smell dreams being ground down by capital.
Doubt. Certainement. A chance to...
Alright, let's talk to the commie.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
They send their best.
I don't believe it.
The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mask genuine tenderness.
They seem to hold you in high
There'll
esteem.
never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place.
Can I be a skull?
Fat chance, but you can still do your part to revitalize the neighborhood.
How's that?
She throws you a conspiratorial glance, then presses her finger to her lips and squints up at the sky, as though straining to hear something in the distance.
Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock. But in Martinez, no gunshots, no sirens. The people are languishing in boredom and complacency. This place is a sepulchre. We'll paint it red. We bring the raucous. You bring the sirens.
She's making a valiant effort to come off as a nihilist, but she's really just an angry little commie. No wonder she was talking about the streets flowing red. That's what happened during the revolution.
So tell me, what's it like being a skull and a communist?
You got me, pig shit. I don't make for a very good skull. I like animals too much. Simians and pigs. But I'm still gonna write some damn good graffiti-o on this wall.
Her voice sounds different when she speaks this candidly. Older somehow.
Is that yours?
Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret.
You're a miner.
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me.
Did you
Does
reel him?
anyone? in a city like this.
Sorry, she talks so slow.
If there's pain about any particular home she's lost, she's buried it deep. Fortify
Also, I don't
herself
really like her
against
voice.
it.
It's not the nicest place, but I guess it'll have to do.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does.
Hi,
me.
Steph.
Right now,
Welcome
I'm
back.
doing
How are you
nothing at
doing?
all.
Okay,
Shoot,
other question.
Piggy.
Hey,
It's what
sister.
you do, isn't it?
Let's talk politics for a minute.
And what do
Game is going good. We have found our way.
about politics?
We've started exploring the homosexual underground. We are going through the wasteland of reality, struggling with a fair few things, having a good time. You did say hi, Willow, but hi again. Looking for comrades, let me fire up the great Mazovian sausage grinder. Will you help
The
me?
girl erupts in a cackle that seems like
Oh,
it
nice.
should belong to a much older woman.
Oh, that's very nice. The little piggy wants to make sausages.
Oh, the
So
bourgeoisie.
the little piggy is a big bad communist now. Sure. I know someone who'd love to talk that ideological stuff. You're looking for Steban, a right communist who runs a mega cool and very secret meeting.
Does this Steban happen to have a jacket like this?
Might.
Help me find him.
No.
Come on, Cindy. From one communist to another, help me out.
Fine. I'll help. But
You didn't take much
first,
persuading.
I want something from you.
She's got you by the balls, Chief. And she intends to squeeze them.
What's that?
A wicked grin extends across her face. A laughing skull.
Oink for me, piggy. Just once.
Oink,
Wow. That was easier than I expected. It's almost like you've been wanting to do it this whole time.
A cool, damp feeling ripples through you.
Sounds like you're really serious about meeting Steban. It's touching.
Look, I'm not gonna waste time being around the bush. I get what she's gonna do.
Steban's group meets only at night. Poke your snout around sometime after 10 p.m.
Can you tell me
Just
about
that he's
Steban?
a real communist. Not like the play acting you've been doing.
Very helpful,
Hold
thank you.
on. See, Steban's a bit on the paranoid side. He's got all these mega secret passphrases to keep out infiltrators and the like. You can't join the meeting without one.
That's fine. I'm pretty sure it's Remember Dobreva and Abaddon Eyes.
Huh. I guess this little piggy has done his legwork after all. That's enough. Off with you then.
Bye, Cindy. I like the idea that she's trying to figure out why I keep showing up in different outfits every time I come through here. Each time a little bit more unhinged in a different way. Let's see. What else is there here? I mean, that's the crypto-fascist home, Gary. Any interesting stuff we can maybe do with this now?
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening all around 10 o'clock tonight. It is certainly an interesting time. Isn't that also... We had a few things going on, don't we? Confront the pigs, get your gun back. Well, this is at 10 o'clock. This is after, so maybe we can go from the gun to that. Let's see. What are we gonna do? Because our pry bar is still shit. We still can't really open anything with it. Also, did your husband ever come back, lady?
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
Lady
Of
Hermana.
course, dear. Is there the call de Mama Dakwa, or thin whisper of sound?
Call the Mama Dakwa can also be translated as a whisper light and low.
Could it be here right now?
Could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. And we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the days of our lives and nights.
Maybe it's predatory.
But it's predatory.
It's not.
I wouldn't be so sure. What if the damage is also invisible?
Why is Mama Dakwa so afraid of us?
That is a sad story. A group of university students assisting with the field work in their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professors, nearly drove it to extinction.
Extinction?
They tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mama Dakwas. And what happens when a sound
They
wave
cancel
meets
each other
another
out.
sound wave of the same frequency, dear?
This lady really should be a teacher. Psst. They cancel each other out.
Exactly. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, they wiped out most of the population.
Great regret washes over her. A wending cloth.
After that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to those spotted in Ea, but they've been few and far between. It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Kulta Mama Dakwa population anywhere. What about what?
I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quickly, because I am dying. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Let's calibrate this thing quickly. Also, honestly, I'm feeling a little bit not great right now. And I think I may have not eaten today. And that might be the source of it. This might only end up going for a little bit, or, I mean... If I end up feeling worse and I have to end this part of the stream early, we'll just start the next bit on time. Yeah, I know, food is necessary for survival.
Could it be the Kulta Mama Dakwa? There seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring.
Yeah, I will. If it ends up getting to a point where like I genuinely don't feel well to continue, then I'll just like... We might just go for another 20 minutes actually, and then
it's like something
end at 6, and then instead of starting at 8 like we usually would, we'll just start at 7.
Lena also said that it couldn't be heard by any other animal, including humans. There it is again. Yeah, but it must be. Keep still. It might perch on your shoulder.
Very
oh
so.
No. The sound. It's moving away. Somewhere over there. No. Too late. It's gone. Keep your ears peeled, then.
Fine, we'll listen for it. I'm not really sure what else I would spend money on, to be honest. I feel like at this point I've kind of got what I need. And there's nobody selling new shit. Is there? Also, I guess we'll probably just go back and deal with the music people. Oh no, this guy sells stuff. Duh. What have you got on sale, buddy? Anything I might want from you?
The speakers below
Oh,
are
that's
banged
awesome.
up and worthless. The sneakers triumph over them.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing the
Wait, I forgot why I didn't buy things from you before.
shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
Alright, let's go for a walk back down to the beach. See what's up in the fishing village. Surely there's something happening there, right? Anything that can distract me from having to deal with the fucking... any of these people? The music people? I don't want to talk to them. They're not interesting. They're aggravating. Anyways, whatever. We'll figure out what we're gonna do. We have picked this entire place clean of bottles, though. Yeah, what are you up to?
Our tenant, the policeman.
What is this? Are we... I don't know why that's not activating all of a sudden, but sure, why not? Maybe we need to be over on this side. Nope, it'll drag us back there, so that's not the right way to do that, I guess. Also, yeah, we can go talk to the husband and see if he's still out here with Gary. What's this one?
A metal payphone. You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Inoperable and operable are two different things, but sure. Let's dial a number.
Still, this feels wrong. End of tone.
Pierre, is that you, Pierre?
It's me, Pierre.
So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died.
That's not good.
Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice, it's different. There. Chrysanthemum.
Her voice is drowned in white noise.
Hmm. I'm sure there's something to that, but I don't quite know yet. Oh wait, no, we need to go around. How do we get back to there? Oh wait, we go all the way around, don't we? Hmm. They're just out there admiring that shit. Hey, dude, are you coming back to your wife ever? She seems sad.
Hello. And I'm eager to return to her. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
Come on, Morale.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on. She wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
You're doing this for yourself, not her.
Doing this for science, and so is she.
You know,
of
so
course
important.
it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
She's sighted it?
Yes. That's how we first came to know one another, in fact.
Needless to say,
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Maybe you could go back to the whirling, warm up, come back and check on the traps later.
No. The traps need to be monitored on a...
He's dead set on this.
Tell me about it.
Well, first, good question.
I don't care
Being
enough
a
about this stuff,
phasmid
but
of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter, and I suspect it may have also developed other specialized techniques to protect itself from predators. It's
Sorts.
my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defenses that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defenses work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
Yes, it makes perfect sense.
How big is it?
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
Why are you so interested in this stick bug? Doesn't seem to be as colorful as some of the other cryptids I've heard about.
typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of of any cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defenses, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
What have you discovered about it so far?
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
What about second-hand? So no one's ever found one?
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
But if no one can prove it exists, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
Makes you think it's here in
There was
Martinez?
a credible sighting here recently. A pair of teenagers described a creature that matched the Insulindian phasmid to an uncanny degree, despite not knowing what it was themselves.
Pair of
It's
teenagers?
the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream...
Yeah, it's so unusual because you know so much about this creature. Maybe it died out.
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally
Parthenogenesis?
thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
He means asexual reproduction. The females of the species don't need to mate to produce viable eggs. This makes it easier for a species with a small population to survive.
Hmm. This one has no special feelings. The male is a deficient life form. The world would be better off if women didn't need men to reproduce.
Nature does not concern herself with ethical propositions. As a scientist, my interest is strictly dispassionate.
Tell me more about the traps.
Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
She designed them?
Yes.
More than some, he admires this about her.
How do they work?
Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can't get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution. I didn't want
Perfect.
to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
What are you using as bait?
Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid
Yeah, of
might
course they're
occasionally
herbivores.
prey on other insects.
A meat-eating stick insect? Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush behavior? This seems unlikely.
Carnivorous stick insect? Doesn't seem like, or seems
Thank
unlikely.
you for your opinion.
Not a big fan of skepticism, this one.
They'll
What do
work,
you do if they don't
I
work?
assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought.
Alright, anything
Yes.
else? What if I track them for you?
expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
Okay, this is my method. I am at Scion.
Well, be that as it may, I'd really appreciate the help.
Are
There are
they?
4 in total. One is to the south, another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. The third is set near the canal. You should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
What if it's a phasm in one of the
Bring it
traps?
to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
What if I encounter it in the wild?
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you.
I don't want
Your
this.
choice.
But you feel you should have it on you. Something bad might happen.
No, I think that might cause more harm than good if I put that on me.
Thank you for your help.
Finally, you're
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, but what if the information...
I've just always liked Annie.
He seems reluctant to talk about himself, but he'll open up, if you prod a little.
Why not just be a zoologist? Real animals are puzzling too.
Real. I know you think one is a respectable profession, while the other is superstition. Everyone does.
It's a profession like any other.
Indeed. My methods do not differ from other scientists. I simply draw upon a wider variety of evidence. And I have more.
Yeah, so your methods do
that
diverge
something
from
truly
other
surprising
scientists and
might
the
happen.
core concept of like basic scientific
Your nerve
research.
endings tell you there is no such thing as a positive surprise.
Anything truly surprising happen to you?
No, as I said, I have yet to catch a cryptid, although I have come close. Close enough to keep trying.
Interesting rewriting of that line. Thanks for explaining
Yes.
that. Did you know Gary was hiding the
Hell
armor?
no. I had no idea. And I'm still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty, disloyalty are not one of them.
Thanks.
Also, I just realized behind him is the sun. It's the flag.
He's still glad his friend stood up for him.
Hello again. Very generous of you to help us out, officer. I can't wait to get out of here.
I don't know what bug we just encountered, but that's concerning. Let's just, I don't know. What bug was that?
Always a pleasure to see an
'Tis true, sire.
Okay, fine. We're not going to bother you more because you seem kind of useless. Far northeast of the Feld building. Oh. Like, up over... No. Well, maybe we shouldn't walk right through the traps, but sure, why not? There's one down here, he said too, right? It's one further south on like a little peninsula. Is it possible to get up there, or? Where are you wandering off to? Deeply curious about what this pathfinding is going to do for me here, because I don't... Oh, we're just going all the way around the building. Oh, wait, have we investigated this? We must have investigated this building, right? Yeah. Yeah, we must have. Seems like... Oh, it's the locust in there, right?
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Behind you, the ruined locusts are crawling around.
Nothing in that one. If I money to park here, no one would pay now. Okay, so that was the first one. We'll check the one that he said over there last. Also, is there a reason why I can't fast travel while I'm here? Like, why? Annoying. Set up in the northeast past the building, right? Over between the radio station and the church, I think it was. Right? Yeah, over here. I'm pretty confident anyways that it's over here. There it is. Okay. Sick.
A familiar apparatus. The reeds sway in the coastal breeze. The wind picks up here, near the Cape.
Oh, wait.
A familiar apparatus. This trap is also... Man, it's lonely doing this alone.
Oh my god, we don't have Kim with us. Maybe if we'd put on the bait and also not had Kim with us, we could have done this. Eh. Because I can't imagine Kim would ever consent to putting on that stuff. Then we gotta go all the way around again. I think we'll just do this quest, and then I'm gonna take an early break so I can go get some food, because I am feeling the headache coming on a little bit more, and it's probably just not smart to go without food all day again. You'd think I enjoy the feeling of, you know, getting weak from hunger, given how much I can keep fucking doing it, but no. I'm just a very stupid person who doesn't apparently have survival instincts, I guess. Oh. Is that over by the canal where we came in? There it is. Nope.
This trap's not too... The reeds bend forlornly toward the constant, distant song. Nothing but locusts in this trap as well.
We can't travel anywhere. Maybe we have to be close enough to like the specific building where we'd rest and that'll allow us to fast travel? I don't know. Anyways, all we gotta do is check that last one now that's over here. And then we'll be good to go. We can find this in the cryptozoology. We've done a good amount today. A good amount of missions and stuff have been accomplished. Even if we do end the stream early. We've finally made some progress in the homosexual underground. We've finally we've done a bunch of stuff with Everclare. We're gonna be figuring out the cryptozoologist stuff. Etc, etc.
This is the last of the reeds, but it's good the cryptozoologists left. The later it gets, the trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here. No locust. No phasmid either, but still. Nothing. No traces of the locusts or the Insulindian.
Right, yeah, the communists and the pigs.
The reeds continue to hiss around you as you put the reeds. It's good the later it gets.
Can I not take the trap with me?
You've checked all.
Okay, fine. We can't just fast travel back there. So we might just leave that for the next stream, which is going to be tomorrow anyways. We're going to be playing this tomorrow at the same time, but let's get back to the bed at least. Give ourselves somewhere to sleep. Even though we're not going to bed right now or anything. Also because the ad is running. I want to make sure it's over, or the ad is running. Or it's finished running before I actually do stuff like that. Alright, I think the ads should be over. Any chance we got any better odds on
this?
this?
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see your reflection in it.
Alright. So yeah, what I think I'm going to do for now is save, call it early. I don't want to... I don't really like the idea of it, and it's stupid that I just don't take care of myself, so I feel like I kind of have to. But I'm gonna go early, get some food, and then we'll just come back at 7 o'clock or so instead of coming back at 8 like we usually would, and we'll go for the same amount of time, give or take. But yeah, I'm simply not feeling too hot and probably should eat food. So, thank you guys for watching, whether you're here for some of it, all of it, bits and pieces of the stream. We will be coming back in an hour or so with more Baldur's Gate 3. And I think we're going to finish off Act 2, or at least get pretty close to it. Anyways, yeah. Alright. Ciao for now. Yes, I will see you guys hopefully in about an hour. Depends on how long it takes to eat. But anyways, see ya.